His wife and children had just been killed, and before he could even grieve, the arrogant murderer returned to the scene. The man's eyes were filled with rage as he recklessly raised his gun and fired at the murderer. The driver was hit, but the man was also struck by several bullets and collapsed to the ground. Several people got out of the car. The man who had killed his wife and children was right in front of him, but he no longer had the strength to resist. He struggled to pull the trigger, but there were no bullets left in the gun. In the eyes of the others, the man was already a lamb led to slaughter, and his feeble resistance was meaningless. After a brutal beating, they dragged him to the pier, then shot him through the chest. To destroy the evidence, the murderers poured gasoline over the pier and set it ablaze. His wife and children were burned to ashes, and the man was blown into the sea by the intense explosion. Looking at the pier, which had been blown to pieces, the group of murderers left satisfied. What they didn't expect was that the man hadn't died. He struggled to his feet from the sea and collapsed against a rock. In the evening, he was discovered and rescued by a fisherman. Months later, the man recovered and returned to the island. He slowly entered the small house, which was now desolate. He thought of his deceased family. Looking at the photos of his wife and children in his hands, he clenched his fist, shattered the glass with a punch, and retrieved the pistol his father had left him. He vowed to avenge his family and make them pay with blood. The man's name was Frank, a top-tier spy. Several months earlier, while working undercover, he had been surrounded by police during an arms deal. Frank was shot dead on the spot. The arms dealers fought back fiercely, but everyone was killed, leaving only the cowardly Mickey alive. Afterward, the bodies were transported back to the base. To everyone's surprise, Frank had come back to life. It turned out this was his final mission, and the purpose of faking his death was to escape the gang. After completing the mission, he could finally return home to reunite with his wife and children. But an unexpected incident occurred.